From KGW News, this is Straight Talk with Laurel Porter.
Hello and welcome to Straight Talk. I'm Laurel Porter. Against all odds, the Wapato Jail in North Portland that has sat empty, never used for 16 years, is on the brink of opening as a homeless shelter. In this episode of Straight Talk, we look at how the 155,000 square foot Wapato Correctional Facility that very nearly met the wrecking ball is about to rise again as the Bybee Lakes Hope Center, offering a helping hand to community members experiencing homelessness. The Wapato Jail in North Portland was finished in 2004. It became a boondoggle for Multnomah County, costing $58 million to build and millions more every year to maintain. After budget cuts, it was something the county couldn't afford. The county sold it to a developer for just $5 million. It eventually landed in the hands of Portland philanthropist and businessman Jordan Schnitzer.
Good morning.
He had a dream to turn Wapato into a community wellness center for people who are homeless. The county was against the plan from the start. It's 12 miles from downtown, too far, it said, from homeless services. Unable to find a partner to run the center, in 2019, Schnitzer admitted he'd have to raise Wapato and likely build a warehouse in its place. That is, until he met Alan Evans, the CEO of the nonprofit Helping Hands Reentry Outreach Centers, based in Seaside. Every night, the centers house 200 people experiencing homelessness in 4 counties. Evans agreed to partner with Schnitzer on the shelter. On Straight Talk, we take a look at their vision to transform Wapato into the Bybee Lakes Hope Center. I'm pleased to welcome as my guest Portland businessman and philanthropist Jordan Schnitzer and Helping Hands CEO Alan Evans. Welcome to Straight Talk. It's nice to have you both here.
Thanks for having us.
At a tour of the facility back in February, pre-pandemic, State Senator Betsy Johnson was optimistic about support for the center and its future. She said, "Show us an obstacle. We'll get over it. We'll go around it. We'll dig under it." And you certainly have had obstacles. We'll begin with Alan. How has the pandemic and now the massive wildfire crisis and choking smoke affected your project? Has it affected the timeline at all?
It hasn't really affected the timeline. It's affected how we're getting to our timeline and how we're achieving our goals. The pandemic has put us in a position to have to create different procedures on how we're building out, how we're getting our beds put together, how we're taking clients in. The wildfires have caused more of a concern because we're getting lots of calls from people needing placement and we're not quite ready yet. That's probably the biggest obstacle, is when we have families in need and we're this close to opening our doors but not being able to provide shelter yet.
You're going to open as an emergency shelter at the end of the month with 78 beds. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we're opening the first phase of our 2-phase project. We're opening up with 78, actually 84 beds at the end of this month. We'll have our ribbon cutting on the 2nd, and we're really excited about what's happening right now. We've got custom bunks built. The construction on this side of the building has been nearly complete. We're waiting on a couple more small inspections, and we'll be bringing people in. We're very excited about that.
And what's your vision, Alan, for what's next for the shelter?
Well, there's 2 different stages. One is we want to be able to provide an opportunity for people to get to us first, and so we can do our evaluations and we can set reentry plans up for people. And then, be able to move into the longer term reentry program that we have coming up, and we'll have that open in December, to be able to provide all of the services we want to provide. Right now, there's a gigantic need out there. We know that on the back end of this COVID situation, there's going to be even more of a need. So right now, getting these doors open and then working on getting the rest of the build out complete so we can make this look and feel like home and we can get people into the reentry program.
So people get into the center, I understand, through referrals. How does that work?
Well, we work with several agencies in the community, and what we do is we train people in trauma-informed training to be able to refer to us. So we've been working with several organizations now. We just completed our first stage of trauma-informed training with our referring partners, and then people can refer to us that are trained in the model that we use to get people to our door. And I'll tell you, it's been overwhelming how many agencies and how many people want to be trained in this trauma-informed training so they can speak to people the right way, truly hear their story, and get them to our door.
Alan, we have a short video clip from your nonprofit Helping Hands that gives us some more insight into what you're all about. Let's watch.
If you were to build the perfect building for our program, that would be it. Medical facilities, vocational training, education, all of the room to bring all of the services in one location. We have a system in place, a data-driven, trauma-informed, best practice model for homeless reentry that is going not only to work here, but allow us to expand that model. Every person coming through our door wasn't born homeless. They had opportunities, and somewhere along the line, they've lost that. To watch somebody transform, it all starts out with loving people until they love themselves.
Let's bring Jordan in. Jordan, you had a dream. You're seeing this dream come to fruition, and the project's had lots of twists and turns. What do you think this means to the community?
What it means is, if through this partnership and all the other folks that are partnering with Helping Hands, if we can save one life, just one, and take someone who, through whatever circumstances, through abuse, drug addiction, alcohol, whatever it is, if through their data-driven program and their success rate, they can turn that life around to be the kind of person they were and want to be, that alone fills my heart and should fill everyone's heart that collectively we're doing something good, something noble. Hopefully this facility won't just turn one person's life around, but dozens and dozens and hundreds and hundreds. That's what excites me.
You had a lot of pushback from the county through this and from other people. What does it mean to you to see it finally open?
Well, this never was about them, us, whatever. In the end, the people on the street that are in need, okay, they're not looking at who it is that's helping turn their lives around. They just need that helping hand. Now, why the county couldn't figure out what to do with this facility over the years, that's for somebody else to talk about. All I know is that when the chance came up to buy it, we're in the business of building warehouses. And another message here too is that we need successful businesses in this community. It's the business success we've had. That my father started our company, I started working when I was 14, I've grown it pretty big. The more we've given away and done philanthropically, the more successful our company's been. But you got to make a profit to be able to have some money to give away. And right now I've made a lot of mistakes in my career, made a few more good decisions than bad. Right now we have $7 million invested in this facility, and we did a 5-year lease at $1 a year. So from a sheer economic standpoint, this wasn't one of my better deals. From the standpoint of the lives we can help change, hopefully we will get billions of dollars of feelings that we've given back and help people regain their lives. So that's what it means to me. I think we're trying to show that the private sector, there's some pretty bright folks out there. And our politicians sometimes, I think, get so arrogant that they think they have to have or think they have all the answers. And the greatest success we've had in this city, this county, this state, and this country is when there is a partnership between the private and public sectors. Now, in this case, we're doing this all privately right now. We would hope that down the road, this would be eligible for some county and state funding. But tip of the hat to Alan and his board and the wonderful, generous people in this community that have come forward and said, we want to be a hero in our own way. We want to help this amazing project.
Let's bring Alan back in. We're right in the middle of a pandemic, and Dr. Anthony Fauci said we might not be able to expect our lives to get back to some sense of normalcy until the end of next year. What are you doing to keep people who come to the shelter safe from COVID while they're living in a group setting?
So we're following all of the guidelines that have been set forth by the health authorities and the CDC and making sure that we're following good guidelines. We've got asymptomatic sampling and testing when a person comes in. We follow a real stringent protocol in all of our facilities. We haven't had one case in any one of our facilities. We've been able to take new people in. Our partnership with local health authorities and our hospitals allow us the opportunity for testing if people become symptomatic, and quarantine until we get through what that looks like. We've had to change how we serve people, and we will continue to meet that protocol and that demand as we move forward. But safety is the most important thing. So cleanliness, making sure that we're getting our temperatures done. Any symptomatic people automatically get sent to get tested and quarantined. And we follow real strict guidelines moving forward. And we're praying that we'll be successful in this one here as well.
And this won't just be a shelter. You have a number of programs planned. Tell us about some of those.
Yeah, so this is a reentry program. This is a data-driven, trauma-informed, homeless reentry program. So, we evaluate everybody who comes in our door with an intake that goes into our system, tactical demographics, and we customize reentry plans based on the obstacles people face to reenter society. So everybody's story is different. Some people come in with addiction issues, domestic violence, job training, senior citizens. Everybody's story is different. So customized models that will allow us to assist people to overcome those obstacles, and at the same time identifying the trauma and the stuff they've lived through in their lives, so we can bring in all different sorts of partnerships with other agencies to provide services to people at this location. And we're really excited about what has happened since we jumped into this with Jordan just under a year ago, because there were so many people in favor of this, and so many people in favor of the model that we bring to the table, that partnering agencies are we're getting phone calls every single day so we can provide the best services to people based on their needs when they walk in our door.
And Jordan, you heard this a lot when you first had a vision to turn Wapato into a homeless shelter. The county and others said it was just too far away from downtown and homeless services. How have you addressed that?
Well, first, we bought this for the value of the land to build a warehouse, and that's one of the big businesses our company has that pays the bill, that lets us do all this wonderful community things. But every time I walked through that facility, my heart just broke, because I saw a dream of what could be. 9 separate wings. Everyone said this was a prison. There's not one cell in the 155,000 feet. The size of the kitchen, the athletic areas, the medical intake areas that Alan talked about. So I made calls initially to a number of people, and it just broke my heart that we couldn't figure out someone that could operate it until I met Alan, and we'll talk about that story in a bit. So what this means is that it's a hope and a dream fulfilled, and it reinforces, one, never let go of your dreams, no matter what the obstacles are. And the fact is, we're about to open up, so we're not going to be, cocky about this. Proof of the pudding's in the eating, and we got to see what happens here. But I think we've got the right operational partner, and I think we're going to show a new model in Portland. There are lots of other good providers to taking care of thousands of people every day, but this is a slightly different program that's been time tested in the 4 facilities they operate now, and I think it's going to make a big difference. If we can get 500 people off the street, that's 500 people's lives that can be redeemed, and they can get back to being the productive people they want to be in society.
And I understand that TriMet also added a bus route that might make it a little easier. I want to go back to Alan for a minute and talk about your philosophy in running your centers. Are there requirements for people to be able to get in?
Well, yeah, we can't serve the sex offender population because we serve families. And you have to be willing to abstain from drugs and alcohol. Those are our first requirements for a person to be able to be sent to us. They can use up to the day before they get sent to us, but when they come out to us, they have to be willing to go through a treatment program and not use and not drink, and then we can begin the process from there.
There has been some criticism about the high barriers to get into Bybee Lakes Hope Center. Some homeless advocates and experts have criticized your model with what they call a more tough love, high barrier approach, and that it leaves out a certain segment of the homeless population needing help. PSU Associate Professor of Community Psychology, Greg Townley, had some criticism, and here's what he said. He said, "We need housing first, that meets people where they're at without requirements of sobriety or having to jump through hoops to access housing and services. Putting barriers and requirements in place reduces the likelihood that those who are most in need of support will actually utilize it. Alan, are you leaving out a lot of people who need help with this approach?
Well, no, we're actually, there's a lot of need in the community, and this facility is not the fix-all. It's not. There are more people getting pushed into the homeless population that need services as well. We are not a low barrier shelter. We give everybody the opportunity to come to us, but they cannot live the same lifestyle that they're living and be in our facilities. We will never be successful that way. The fastest growing population of people going onto the streets today are our senior citizens. I mean, think about that. And then the second fastest growing population, and we have data to back this up, is women with children. Those are the people that we are willing to help, and we'll give anybody the opportunity. But you cannot continue to drink and use. That's not what we do. We have picked our lane for a particular reason. We've done it very well for a long time. There are needs for lots of programs. There are literally thousands of people living on the streets. And yes, housing first models for people to be exactly where they're at, those models are needed, but that's not what this model is. This model is to assist people and people who are capable and ready for change, and we'll give them every opportunity. And I'll tell you something, I am a success rate. I'm part of that. I was a guy who people said could never change their life. And the best thing that happened to me was being responsible for my own actions and given the opportunity to change my life. And we will give anybody the opportunity, but they have to follow rules. If they don't, then they can't be there.
Alan and Jordan, we're going to talk more about your backstory and what you were talking about there, Alan, in just a moment. But it's time for us to take a break. Alan does have a powerful life story about being a survivor and then giving back. We're back in 2 minutes. Welcome back to Straight Talk. I'm Laurel Porter. We're talking about the new Bybee Lakes Hope Center in North Portland that's about to give new life to the never-used Wapato Correctional Center. It's slated to open at the end of this month as an emergency homeless shelter, and then eventually as a long-term shelter for people working to get back on their feet. Welcome once again to my guests, Portland philanthropist Jordan Schnitzer and Alan Evans, the CEO of Helping Hands, the nonprofit that will run the shelter. And this time, Jordan, we'll begin with you. Tell us a little bit about how you met Alan and how your partnership on the Bybee Lakes Hope Center began.
After 18 months of working with maybe 15 local organizations, we couldn't find a program that the county would support. I've got a demolition contract ready to sign it. I'm in Seaside, helping United Way raise money for their programs down there. Our state senator, Betsy Johnson, old friend, she called and asked me months before if we'd donate all the kitchen equipment to a local organization on the coast. I said, you bet, there must be millions of dollars of stainless steel in there. You got it. I go to the event in Seaside. I'm sitting next to her and she says, hey, you still giving us all the kitchen equipment? You bet. She said, you want to meet the man that runs the program? I said, sure. This big strapping tall guy comes on over, puts out his bear-like hand, says hello, thanks me for the kitchen equipment. And I said, tell me your story. What he began to tell me quickly was, abused as a child, 27 years on the street, from the time he was 14 on, drug addict. I naively asked, you ever been in jail? He looked at me with a smile and said, of course, anyone on the street has, probably 30, 35 times. You get tired of sleeping on the floor. You know, it's fun to be in a jail and to get a bed and a meal for a day or two. I said, you ever been in prison? He said, twice. I said, what happened? He said he was in Seaside, at his wit's end, tried to forge a check. The Safeway clerk said, this isn't you. Policeman came and said, you don't want to be doing this. And long and short is they formed a group. He got him into a halfway house. He got sober, got well, and he said, let's help other people. They formed a group called Thugs Off Drugs. They did that for a couple of years, worked well. But then seniors came and mothers with kids, and he said, we can't mix these folks up. That's when he went to State Senator Betsy Johnson, met her. They changed the name to Helping Hands and began the 11-year history that now they run 11 facilities in 4 counties and take care of over 200 people a night. I said to him, hey, you ever been to Wapato? He said, yes. I said, can you use it? He said, you bet. I said, Betsy, have you seen it? She said, no. I said, you got 3 days. You get down there and see it and come back to me. 3 days later, they came back and said they can use it. And I laid out some criteria. I said, first of all, I don't want this to hurt your existing operation. This is a big step for you. You get your full board there. They're amazing people. The mayor of Seaside, the sheriff of Tillamook, the police chief in Astoria. My gosh, credible folks. Make sure they all approve of it. Second of all, you need a Portland Advisory Board. Third, you got to raise a couple $1 million, and I'll help you do that. By gosh, in 3 weeks they did it. And since then, as they say, the rest is history. What I like about their program, about this man, is I've spent 1.5 years with him. He is the real deal. I'm not against a professor at Portland State. We're big supporters of that and other people and so forth. But you know, as he started off saying, everybody on the street has their own story. Not every program works for everyone. So why put down one program? We need a multitude of programs to take care of all the people on the street. So in the 1.5 years I've worked with Alan, he's always been humble, down to earth, and results oriented. Never seen him gloat about anything. He wants to give back because he was there. And when you meet him, that credibility just oozes out. So by gosh, I tested him initially to put that criteria. He's put it together, and he's put together a great advisory board. Look, we had people coming to us, OHSU, the University of Portland, Portland State, the hospital groups. There were tons of people wanting to come partner, but we needed an operator, and I think we found the right one. So I just can't tell you, just knowing him has added a lot to my life. And we're so excited about the opening of this facility in a week or two for the first stage.
Well, it sounds like a wonderful partnership. And Alan, you have a compelling life story that brought you to this place. What can you add? I mean, you were once an addict, you were in jail, you were homeless yourself. How did your journey take you to this place you are now?
Well, the one thing that I remember from living through what I lived through as a kid and being on the streets is that I could always walk to a door and people would tell me what they think I needed. We based our organization off of my story because every place you go, we don't realize the depth of a person and how much they need. People would tell me, you got to quit using drugs. And I would tell them I can't live with what's going on in my head. But they couldn't help that piece. They could only give me one thing, food. They could give me shelter. They could give me treatment. They give me those things, but I needed so much more than that. And that's the reason I started the organization after I got clean. And my story kind of made headlines, and people started coming and asking for me to tell them my story. And our organization was built off of that. And people started calling from other communities saying, we want your program over here. And when they started to look into the depth of what we did, this trauma-informed, data-driven model, we started to become successful because we were a person-centered approach to solving problems rather than a problem-centered approach to serving people. We do this backwards. We listen to the people. And along the way, it's changed everything for our organization because we make every decision we make in our organization based off of the data and the stories of the people who come through our door. And so when Betsy Johnson called up just a little over a year ago, and said, hey, you wanted to get this kitchen equipment? I said, absolutely. And I remember driving past 400 homeless people to get to this facility, and I could not for the life of me understand why this place sat empty. And then when I got to meet Jordan, I was a little shy there, and I came up and I shook his hand, and he looked me straight in the eye and he said, tell me your story. And I couldn't believe it. I realized that this is a guy who truly cared and truly wanted to make a difference. And he said, do you think you can do this? And I said, absolutely. Uphill climbs are what we do. If there's zoning issues, we'll get past those. If there's transportation issues, we'll get past those. If there's partnership issues or politic issues, we'll get through that. Because if there's a need and there's a building and there's a guy who cares like Jordan, and he gives us the opportunity, we're going to take that and we're going to make this wonderful.
Well, as Betsy Johnson said at the top of the show, and the quote I had, you get around your obstacles. Alan, you're truly inspiring. And so are you, Jordan, for what you do for our community. Thank you both for being with us, and best of luck in the future. And thank you for watching and listening. Remember, you can listen to our podcast when it's convenient for you. Get it wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for KGW Straight Talk. Join us next week when we discuss climate change and our wildfires. We'll see you next week for Straight Talk. Have a great week and stay safe.